thing I thought was cool about like you could tell who's a bodyguard, like who does real security work, who doesn't, based on like remember that one situation with that one dude that worked at the cricket store
Yeah.
and he tested his knowledge until it turned out he was like, whack.
Yeah.
All right, go into it. What do you mean by
So
explain the story?
he had said he had worked at like a security company somewhere in Arizona or something.
He claimed to be all over the
Yeah.
state though, right? Like
Yeah,
everywhere?
he was like some kind of badass mall cop or something. But like,
Is his name Paul?
Juan? Wasn't it Juan?
I think it was Juan.
Oh,
He was a cool dude, but I think that he wanted to tell everybody that he was an alpha, instead of just letting it show. So if you have to tell somebody that you're an alpha, you're not an alpha.
yeah.
So and that's just what it was. He talked about all these different guns that he carried, but did know that some guns had magazines and not clips. Some guns, some rifles, you carried a certain way. So it was kind of a little odd how he talked about it, and then me knowing about guns, tactics, and everything else. I was like, it's kind of questionable. So it was just it's like you guys. If somebody asked y'all, who's the best superhero, y'all have some kind of knowledge.
Yeah, compare other ones.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
y'all read comics.
Yeah.
Y'all stay in tune with the movies and stuff like that. So y'all know that, which I do too. I remember there was this one video that you guys had that said who was the best Robin, and I was listening to you guys. I was like, they're all wrong.
Hey, that was our
Well, who's
expert that
the
day,
best
Hunter.
one? In
Okay.
your
Yeah, that was
opinion,
the-
or is it factual?
Oh, it's factual.
Oh.
Everybody knows who the best Robin.
The first
In your
one,
opinion, who's the best one?
Dick Grayson, of course.
Dick Grayson. Yeah, the first
Shout
one.
out, go
Like,
look at our other.
Shout out
episode.
Dick Grayson.
Oh, go Dick, go Dick.
Yeah. So
What did we say in that video?
I remember we talked
Man,
about like, different types of Robin.
Oh, we didn't say there was a best one.
Well, we did, but we're talking more about like detective wise and
Yeah.
Oh, their skills.
skills, yeah,
Skills level.
athletic wise,
Yeah.
all that type of stuff. Whereas we could have,
Yeah.
covered a
I
little
think
bit
it was
more.
one of y'all's initial videos that y'all started.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time we brought a guest.
No, the
Or
first one was
second one.
Jonathan. The first one, yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
Off track anyway. All right,
Yeah.
or I don't know if you answered this earlier or not, but did you work for yourself, or you work within a company?
So, you usually start with the company, 'cause that's who pays for your security license to go through, and then you do armed and unarmed, and you work with them from anywhere from 30 days to a year, depending on how long that is.
So you have to have a license.
But
Yeah.
that's
didn't
a
know
good thing
that.
though, having a
You-
contract, right?
You have to have a security license, and that's both unarmed and armed, and you have to have it for so long. And then you also, like, if you were to go and do your own business, you have to be bonded either by yourself or by the LLC or the company that you're securing.
So when you have a license, all right, what do you have to do to get it, and what does it certify you to
So
do?
most of the
Yeah,
time,
what keeps it from anybody getting a license?
I mean, they do background tests on you to make sure you're not crazy, you're not a felon.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
If I
they-
knew that, I would feel
I thought
safer around
anybody- I thought
security
maybe anybody.
people.
Well, I mean, sometimes you get companies that hire anybody to security,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah, the
And-
ones in
It'd be cheap.
Walmart. You seen the ones in Walmart, right?
Bro,
I
the
seen
one-
tiny old lady. I'm like, what's she gonna do? Like
I
in my
think-
head.
I think-
guy in my Walmart, he's a bus driver during
I
the day.
I think those aren't security. I think they're loss prevention officers. I think that's what they're called.
Really?
Like the one
Yeah.
at my
Everybody
store,
calls
all
it
he
security.
does is wear a gray hoodie. He just walks around, pretend to buy stuff.
Oh, okay.
That's all
Yeah.
he does.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
loss prevention, I
yeah.
think. But I think security guard. I think a lot of people mistake security guards for loss prevention officers because of they kind of have the same role. The loss prevention officers make sure that you're not stealing things, you're not hurting anybody, you're not hurting the property and stuff like that. Where security guards, they're usually working at clubs with bouncers or parking garages, make sure nothing's being stolen out of vehicles, stuff like that. And then you have unarmed, which work at malls or high end stores to make sure you're not pocketing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then they have the ability to detain you, like an officer,
Mm-hmm.
or hold you there till an officer is there. And then a security guard that's armed is able to protect, defend, high value goods, jewelry stores, um, a multitude of places. And who would you rather have, armed or unarmed?
Yeah.
Armed, of course.
Yeah, for
So you
sure.
have more opportunities as an armed security guard.
Yeah, that's why I don't agree with the Disney World security, the ones that have the badges with the mouse on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but you never know.
They're unarmed, right?
Yeah.
They have to be.
They have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would be.
Yeah, and depending on like if it's a gun-free zone or a plethora of laws, you have to check up on those, because me as a security guard or as an executive security guard or as a bodyguard or whatever I want to identify myself as that day, because depending on where you go, you want to use different lingos, because if you go to a nightclub and you're a security guard, then you're outside. That's it. Now, if I tell them I'm this person's executive security, you're in there like swimwear. You're making sure that no one goes around them. You're taking care of them and stuff like that. And then you've got to have your badge and most of the time your paperwork that shows who you are and what you're doing there. But most of the time, a security guard is kind of,